Today, 1 year ago, we were in New Delhi celebrating the 14th session of the Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, brilliantly hosted by the Government of India under the leadership of my dear friend, Minister Prakash Javadekar. 9,000 people participated to the summit, including heads of states, ministers, heads of United Nations agencies and intergovernmental bodies, youth, local governments, business leaders, and representatives from non-governmental organizations. This was one of the last international conferences of such a magnitude organized by the United Nations before the COVID-19 pandemic changed our way to interact with each other. The present pandemic has forced us to reassess our relationship with nature. How we treat nature contributes to pandemics. Desertification, land degradation, and drought are linked to the loss of natural habitat and the spread of diseases from animals to humans, known as zoonoses. COVID-19 in one such disease. The rate of future zoonotic diseases emergence and re-emergence will be closely linked to the evolution of our relationships with nature. This is the reason why we are promoting the vision of social contract for nature. Social contract for nature demands new global and national governance models based on rights, rewards, and responsibilities, explicitly recognizing the fact that the future of humanity, economic growth, and nature are completely dependent on one another. In his opening remarks at the landmark UNCCD COP14, His Excellency Prime Minister Modi demonstrated his leadership in the area by sharing his plan to restore 26 million hectares of degraded land by 2030. Such program will not only improve livelihoods of millions of poor people, but it will be one of the most concrete contributions to the post-COVID recovery in rural areas. Next Monday, we at the UNCCD will be organizing a ministerial conference on the Africa's Great Green Wall. The Great Green Wall is an African-led initiative designed to transform the lives of millions of people by restoring 100 million hectares of land. It's an epic 8,000-kilometer-long mosaic of trees, grasslands, vegetation, and plants, the continent to restore degraded lands and help the region's inhabitants produce adequate food, create jobs, and promote peace. The Great Green Wall is a symbol of hope in the face of desertification, one of the foremost challenges of our times that has impeded livelihoods in the Sahel and turned the region into one of the poorest in the world. It is already bringing life back to Africa's degraded landscapes at an unprecedented scale, providing food security, jobs, and reasons to stay for millions who leave its path. Once complete, the wall will be the largest living structure on the planet, 3 times the size of the Great Barrier Reef. A year ago, the Isha Foundation embarked on another massive project, the so-called Cavalry Calling, with the aim of restoring 83,000 square kilometers in the Cavalry Basin in southern India. The project was launched during the UNCCD COP14. We were delighted to hear all about it from Sadhguru's first hand at the convention. This project, aimed at supporting farmers to plant close to 2.5 billion trees through agroforestry projects in their private farmlands over the next 12 years. Isha Foundation has designed this project in the Cavalry River Basin to help recover degraded land while at the same time sequester millions of tons of CO2 equivalent. Cavalry Calling could also be a large-scale project that helps improve the living conditions of the most vulnerable populations while rehabilitating the land that sustains all of us. In India, experts estimate that 30% of the land is under threat of desertification, and land degradation. Yet, the country needs to feed a population close to 1.4 billion people today. Massive deforestation has brought us a severe convergence of problems, including land degradation and desertification. To address this, one of the most powerful solutions could be a large-scale land rehabilitation. Agroforestry, for example, targets at once land and water, food and nutrition, social and economic inequalities, biodiversity loss, and climate change. I sincerely hope that countries around the world see the potential of land restoration and river revitalization as solutions to support our planet. In closing, I want to congratulate the Isha Foundation for the first anniversary of the Cavalry Calling and wish you all the best in the implementation of this ambitious project. Thank you.